The Inner Landscape of Beauty, inspired by John O'Donoghue. Welcome to this reflective episode where we explore a profound idea. That beauty isn't just something we see, but something we are. Today, inspired by Irish poet and philosopher John O'Donoghue, we will travel into the inner landscape of beauty, the quiet, mysterious terrain within every human soul. Who was John O'Donoghue? John O'Donoghue was a rare voice, a poet, priest, and philosopher who believed that the soul has a deep longing for beauty. He didn't treat beauty as surface-level decoration, but as a spiritual necessity. Beauty is not a luxury, it is essential to the soul. Well, I think the beauty understanding is changeable, time and location. If you go to the South Korea and the East Asian countries, you will easily understand that their beauty standards are really changing, and they are not very significant because they low the beauty standards of the Africa, and they are like the black man's. Even the black man's here and the Europe, maybe they are not very long for the beauty, but beauty standards are changing. For example, if you go to Africa, the people like mostly fat woman, even the man. But in Asia, the beauty standards are also changing. People trying to be slim, and people trying to in a low weight rather than just getting more weight. Because every country, every location, every locals have a different kind of impression about the beauty. Because beauty standards are not only has a one value in order to understand. The soul's landscape. He often spoke of the soul as having a landscape, a geography of feelings, memories, dreams, and silence. He believed our inner world is just as vivid and real as the outer world we live in. The human soul is never at home in banality. That's why we often feel restless in dull rootedness. The soul yearns for depth, for moments that matter, for beauty that awakens us. So here my questions arise. Is inner beauty important or outside of beauty important? Well, when we are talking with the people, when we are watching a YouTube video, when we are just watching movies, films at the cinema center, or maybe we're just opening our phones in a coffee store, it is dependable. It's not a independent value here. People will not prefer to watch someone who has no enough beauty. The beauty standards are also important. I'm not lying it. If you are not beauty enough, if you are not handsome enough, probably people will not prefer you, even for a job application. Because people will check your identification photo. If you go to the East Asian countries, especially Japan, Korea, and Taiwan, you will understand it harshly. But if you go to the Europe, to Germany, sometimes people not looking for your ID passport or your photo. Because the photo is really important in Asian countries. You need to be slim. You need to be in beauty standards every time. It doesn't matter which event, which issue is happened, because you need to maintain your beauty. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You have to do that. Therefore, people just getting a lot aesthetic surgery in our modern society, because inner voice, inner beauty has lost its meaning. We are looking for the outside beauty rather than the inner beauty. Well, I will be honest, guys, that nobody wants to nobody's just giving more attention to a insect. Also, the butterfly is also insect, right? But nobody longs for a butterfly. Nobody longs for a insect, but everybody's looking for a butterfly. If you're a butterfly, even you are just the category of the insect, people will choose because you are butterflies and you have flies. and people will choose you even when you are not very handsome. Because the beauty is important even in the nature. Even there's just maybe I can give some examples of the animals. I will write it in Turkish if you give me a time. What was those names? Toniao. Ostrich. Ostrich, yeah. Even in the ostrich, and they have a different kind of flight and different hairs, right? They want to make the other gender impress to them. So they are opening their flights in order to impress others. It's sometimes just make to fear their enemies, but sometimes impressing the other people, especially impressing the other gender. Therefore, even in the nature, we can see the beauty has an important value. Even if you are not beauty enough, probably people will not listen you. Even for a YouTube video, right? People doing a makeup and people just using the right spotlights or right RGB LEDs in order to get more impression. Because impression is equal with the beauty. If you are not beauty enough, probably your life will be tougher and tougher. Because people will think like you are not checking your health, you are not doing sport enough, you are not taking care of yourself. If you are not taking care of yourself, how we can take care of the company, how we can take care of others? People will ask you this question. If you are 20 years, if you are 15 years, it's okay. But after 25, people will judge you harshly. Okay, let's continue. Silence and deep meaning. In a world flooded with noise, O'Donnell reminded us of the power of silence. He believed that real beauty often comes in moments of stillness. When we truly listen to others and to ourselves. Quote O'Donnell, real listening is a creative force. To listen deeply is to honor the presence of another soul. It's a form of beauty in action. Well, whenever we are checking the book, if the book isn't attractive enough, probably we won't read the message, what it says. Probably we will prefer to buy a book which has a great illustrators, which has a great impression. Because even in a bookstore, people will choose the books which has a great illustrators. The message sometimes cannot be reachable to audience. If the style of the message, if there is no still at the message, if there is no beauty, probably the message won't reach the universe, because universe wants beauty. Nature as a sacred mirror. Growing up in the wild landscapes of the Irish West, O'Donnell saw nature not just as scenery, but as a sacred presence, alive and communicating with us. Landscape is not just matter, it's alive. He invites us to return to the natural world, to find beauty not in processions, but in the wind, the trees, the sea, and the silence between all things. Well, if you are asking my question, if you are asking my opinion, the landscapes, the beauty is also important. When you go to the Karadeniz, maybe Sinop, you can see the Black Sea and you can see different kind of views from for the Black Sea. Every photographer, every cameraman has a unique perspective, and everybody just giving comment to the life from their perspectives. Not every perspective is same, but also not every perspective has a meaning. Sometimes we can just create our meanings about the life. The meaning has its own value, but sometimes it also has own standards. When you think about something, the photo, the perspective, the illustrators, you can add your comment. You can think you can just say your ideas. Whatever your ideas is changeable because everyone has a different kind of ideas, and You don't have to correspond to them. Every station, every circumstance is different. People just perceiving the world in a different way. You don't have to force yourself to make the other people's fit with you. You don't have to, and you don't need to. Beauty in relationships. But beauty isn't just in landscapes. It's also found in human connection. In relationships, Odonie saw the possibility for something sacred, a space where we can be truly seen. When is the last time you had a conversation where you truly felt seen? Beauty lives in authenticity when two people meet with open hearts, without pretending, without masks. I will just say it directly, guys. If you're just doing a role play, if you're just pretending, probably you will understand your relationship is fake. Do you want a perfect fake relationship, or do you want a imperfect real relationship? Probably I will just choose the second one. The first one is good for maintenance, but the second one is more real. Well, if you're escaping from reality, you can choose the first one and you can believe to strict rules rather than just seeing the world from what it is. You can escape from reality and you can make a decor. You can do the fake even in your house. Like, okay, you have a room, right? You are just using the design in order to just making your room more residentable, and you are just making more designs to believe yourself your room is better than others, and your room has habitation. Every habitation has a different kind of designs. Everybody designed their room, their places, how they see themselves, because it's a reflection of yourself. Your room is a reflection of yourself. How you reflect yourself in a room, you can easily understand by the stickers, by the posters, by the photos, by the tool design, by the furniture design. We don't have to understand your mindset. We can understand your mindset from your design, from your furnitures. Because if you're just putting your furnitures in a elaborate way, probably your mindset also includes an elaboration. In order to escape from this, you need to understand. If you like the order, probably your room will be in an order, because every tool, every goods will be at the exact places wherever you want to see them. The room is a reflection of yourself. Don't forget it. Keep it in your mind. Let's skip the another part. Beauty in a commercialized world. In modern times, beauty has become a product. Edited, filtered, sold. But Odonie challenges this. He asks us to remember the quiet, unpolished beauty of ordinary life. Quite, Odonie, we have turned beauty into a product and forgotten its presence in the ordinary. He invites us to do a kind of resistance, to slow down, to look again at our daily lives with reverence. Okay. He's arguing that every product, the beauty became more product. We are just creating more beauties. For example, you can check the models. Every model is similar with each other because we have created them and we wanted to find the golden rate. The golden rate is declaring the people anymore. If you don't have an exact golden rate in your face, maybe at your head, probably you are away from the God. The God includes beauty. The God includes goodness. The God includes loyalty. The God includes moral. The God includes love. Everything is a reflection is in your body. If your body isn't really fit enough, if your body isn't really great, probably you are away from the God. For example, let's give an example of it. If you are eating the unhealthy meals, if you don't take care of your body, probably you cannot take care of your soul too, because your soul is dependent with your body. And when your body isn't fit enough, probably your thoughts, your ideas will be impacted from it, because your brain is based on what you eat, because your things, your thoughts, getting impression by your stomach, not only by heart, even your heart, stomach, everything is depends on what you consume. If you are consuming good level of product, probably your ideas will be good too. But if you are eating unhealthy meals, harmful meals, fruitless meals, probably your thoughts will be affected from it. Therefore, I really highly recommend it. As a human being, we need to do sports and we need to take care of our bodies, because our bodies and our souls have a connection by our nutrition. Because nutrition is a key factor of connection between your soul and body. If you just pass this reality, probably you will suffer all your entire life. When we are thinking about the goodness, connection, soul, spirit, courage, and a great of ideas, we are understanding that everything depends on what you consume. Even the product on the YouTube, even a video on the YouTube, there are a bunch of editors. Everyone just trying to great edit. Sometimes people just paying money for it, but sometimes they are doing it alone. But sometimes AI is helping them in order to reach their life aims. However, the target audience here is everybody trying something. Sometimes liked, sometimes opinions, sometimes the appearance. Everything has a different value. So the basic idea here is how we are reaching the value by the effects, edits, maybe some replacements, maybe changing, maybe the blurs, maybe editing. There are a bunch of ways. But at the end, people is trying to reach the exact, perfect human beings, because we are human and maybe we have lacks. So we need to reach the exact correctness. The truth is behind of our limitations. So we need to surpass our limits in order to reach our exact selves. It was a great motivation, right? Yeah. Causing a quiet invitation. So today, take a quiet moment. Breathe, look within. What is the landscape of your soul like? What beauty have you forgotten to notice? As John O'Donnell reminds us, beauty is not out there. It begins within. So O'Donnell, our beauty is not only represent ourselves, but also we need the other people in order to replace ourselves. Our nutrition, our feeds, our foods are also important as much as other people. Do you want to live in a poor conditions, or do you want to live in a better conditions? If you want to live in a better conditions, you need to struggle. Maybe you need to take care of yourself. It doesn't mean that you don't need to just do a aesthetic surgery, but it means that you need to do sports. For example, your appearance, maybe your body, your heat, maybe it's not the type in what you want. However, you need to understand, if you do the sports, there's a chance. Maybe your heat isn't available for you, but your body is still awake. You don't need to get the aesthetic surgery, but you can try to do sports, because sports are also the key factor of success. The robust head finds in a robust body. Did I just make a good level of translation? I do not know. However, I tried. Yeah. Your body is a reflection of your soul. It doesn't mean that if you get the traffic jam event, or maybe if you get into the maybe I just like, can I wait a bit? Okay, if you get or pass an accident, it doesn't mean that if accident is not your fault, it's the fault of your outside effects. Therefore, you don't have to worry about it. If you didn't have an accident, and if your body and mind is normal, if there is no extraordinary situation, you can try to do sports and you can just choose to healthy nutrition. Because healthy nutrition not only keep your body alive, but also it keeps your thoughts mindful and helpful. Thank you for watching me till now, and I would like to say thank you for all. See you on the next podcast. Stay with us. See you.